Hello YouTube, it's Lynx Productions here. It's a slightly different kind of video. Right now you're looking at my tablet screen, which you normally don't see, and the reason for that is I downloaded a recording software, which allows me to, well, play mobile games and record it, rather than just putting my tablet in front of my TV, which is down a bit further from where I am right now, and record videos of that. So now, I can record pretty much anything. I currently know very little about what I'm doing, so expect all sorts of odd stuff to happen in this video. But, well, that's normal. And for our first ever, what I just pulled down, this is the DU recording software. It allows me to record mobile games. I have no idea what I'm doing, as I said before. And this will supposedly also allow me to edit my videos, make thumbnails, all sorts of stuff. But I'm not going to go too deep into it yet. But first, we're just going to play a good old-fashioned game. Now, you may not know this about me, but I am a huge nerd. I love strategy and I love games that make you think. So today we're going to be playing European War 4 Napoleon. It's the fourth game in the European War series made by Easy Tech Games. It's free, and from what I've played of it thus far, it's very fun. Now, I played the tutorial, I loved it, so let's get into it. This is basically, you play through as one of the countries from Napoleon's time, through the Napoleonic Wars, and from what I can tell, also the American Revolution. That's what this would be, I believe, but we'll get into that later. At the beginning of the game, you can play as either the Imperial Eagle, which I assume is Revolutionary France, or the coalition of Austria, Prussia, Russia, and Great Britain, back then the British Empire. Now, I am probably going to be losing my mind with nerd stuff, so please forgive me for that. Oh, let's see here. Archduke C. Archduke of the Holy Roman Empire, I believe. If you're not up to date on... Oh, that's my battery. If you're not up to date on history at this time, I'll try to fill you in as simply as I can. Revolution burst out in France, even the king was guillotined, executed. Royal households in Europe cannot tolerate such a situation, Commander. We formed coalition with other countries and decided to suppress those French who called out to overthrow monarchy. Commander expects you to accomplish mission successfully. Basically, revolution burst out in France of people who were tired with the bad and incompetent monarch, King Louis. I can't remember what the Roman numeral that followed his name was, Louis the 16th, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, revolution burst out, they killed the king and attempted to establish a republic, United States style. The other European kings and archdukes and whatever title they had, emperor, were very worried about this. They didn't want this to spread, so they decided to invade France, and this is what this is. Okay. Now how the game works is you control... Get out here. Cavalry has broken through the enemy's defense line, okay. Is you control military units and fight your opponents, and you have to capture objectives and defeat your opponents. There's also many historical generals from the timeline. For example, here we have Archduke C, the guy who was just talking to us earlier in the beginning. Now you notice there's a lot of talking in this video, but this is just really an introduction to the game and the first mission. That's an attack. Now, one great thing about... There's three types of units. Land units, anyway. Infantry, like this guy here, or Archduke C. Artillery, which can attack from a distance. And cavalry, which can move or attack after hurting an enemy. Let's see here. You can train your troops to increase experience. That's what these little yellow things above the unit is. And I think that's about all I have to say right now. You attack other units, try to defeat them, push your way to objectives, and win, really. That's about all there is to say. So let's do it! this should be the beginning of, hopefully, a good series on European War 4. Also, as for the vote of our next gaming series that's non-mobile, it's going to be either Halo or Dishonored right now, based on what people have said in the comments. People seem to be pretty tied up on it, and, well, right now it's tied, but we'll see what we get. This ends the turn. Our enemy's gonna move around. Oh yeah, units with red symbols are our allies right now. There's us, which is Holy Roman Empire, basically Germany back then. Blue is France, Revolutionary France. Britain's over here, of course. If you're a history nerd like myself, this will be very, very enjoyable. Let's just bombard this fort. As you can see, each unit has their strengths and weaknesses. Artillery attacks from a distance, but is weak close up. Cavalry wrecks infantry very easily, but can get bombarded from a distance very easily and isn't very good against forts. And infantry is the main force. You can just throw it at the enemy. Yeah, that was pretty much the strategy back then. And turn. I don't know how good this recording is going to turn out. I don't know if it's going to go well. All I really know is I'm doing it, and I hope it works. Because if so, this will be very good for the channel, because the recording software I have can do all sorts of things, not just record mobile games. It's even got a face cam, but I'm not sure I want to put my face out on the internet quite yet. Oh my. As you can see, we're approaching Paris over here. Very bad pronunciation of Paris. I try my best. Who's defending Paris? Sourières. I'm sorry, French people, for butchering the name of your general. But yeah, hopefully this will be a good series. Hopefully it will be enjoyable and entertaining for all my viewers. This is entirely new for me. Boop. 57 damage. Oh, I love it. Come on, France. Going to put another monarch in charge. All in a day's work for the Holy Roman Empire. Though in our timeline, the HRE did not do so well against France. Ugh. In our timeline, the HRE was actually destroyed by Napoleon, split up into many smaller states, but apparently, I'm altering history. Let's just do that, and enter Paris. Your perfect victory has surpassed expectation of Supreme Command. You will be awarded 50 medals. Okie dokie. Now that gets into the next thing about this game, the medals. The medals are basically the currency. This screen is where you get generals like Archduke C, who you saw earlier, to aid you in your battles. Now here they are where you can buy them, and there's probably a couple of faces you may know. For example, this fellow right here, who may have tried establishing a republic that inspired France. And this also further makes me think there may be something to do with the American Revolution in this campaign. J. Bonaparte, that's not Napoleon, that's his brother, leader of Italy, well, one of the Italian nations. There was quite a few at the time, and probably a ton of generals you won't know, but it's to be expected. Hopefully, there isn't too much historical stuff in this game that'll drive you crazy, and just enough action to make this an entertaining series that we will all enjoy. Anyway, that was the first mission, called Fire of Revolution. We got 5 stars, 50 medals, and supposedly stopped the revolution, but I have a hunch it's going to be back soon. So, if you want to see more mobile games recorded, hit the like button, subscribe. You've probably heard this all before, but we still say it. I'm going to try to maybe make a custom thumbnail for this. I don't want to dive too deep into my recording software's features. It seems amazing. And if it keeps being this good, I'll give the recording software a big shout out in my next video, because I'm enjoying it. But that's about it for this video. See you next time, and I guess there's nothing else to say except ta-ta for now. Stop the recording.